Namaskar, Jai Jagannath. Welcome back to our favorite channel. Today we are going to discuss about the biography of Srinivas Ramanujan. Srinivas Ramanujan Iyengar. Srinivas Ramanujan was one of the India's greatest mathematical geniuses. He made substantial contributions to the analytical theory of numbers and worked on elliptic functions, continued fractions, and infinite series. Ramanujan was born in his grandmother's house in Erode. It is the Ramanujan's birthplace on 18 Alhari Street, Erode, now in Tamil Nadu. He was born on 22nd December 1887. The full name of Srinivas Ramanujan is Srinivas Ramanujan Iyengar. Name of his mother Komal Tamal and his father's name is Srinivas Iyengar. He was born in his grandmother's house in Erode, that is a small village about 400 kilometers southwest of Madras. Now it is Chennai. When Ramanujan was a year old, his mother took him to the town of Kumbakonam. Okay, it is the house at Kumbakonam, Ramanujan's house, about 160 kilometers near Madras. His father worked in Kumbakonam as a clerk in a cloth merchant shop. In December 1889, he contracted smallpox. When he was nearly 5 years old, Ramanujan entered the primary school in Kumbakonam, although he would attend several different primary schools before entering the town high school in Kumbakonam in January 1898. At the town high school, Ramanujan was to do well in all his school subjects and showed himself an able all-round scholar. In 1900, he began to work on his own mathematics, summing geometric and arithmetic series. Ramanujan was shown how to solve cubic equations in 1902 and he went on to find his own method to solve quartic. The following year, not knowing that the quintic could not be solved by radicals, he tried to solve the quintic. It was in the town high school that Ramanujan came across a mathematics book by G.S. Carr called Synopsis of Elementary Results in Pure Mathematics. This book, with its very concise style, allowed Ramanujan to teach himself mathematics, but style of the book was to have rather unfortunate effect on the way Ramanujan was later to write down mathematical since it provided the only model that he had of written mathematical arguments. The book contained theorems, formulas, and short proofs. It also contained an index to papers on pure mathematics which had been published in European journals of learned societies during the first half of the 19th century. The book, published in 1886, was of course well out by date of the time Ramanujan used it. By 1904, Ramanujan had begun to undertake deep research. He investigated the series, summation, and calculated Euler's constant to 15th decimal places. He began to study Bernoulli numbers, although this was entirely his own independent discovery. Ramanujan, on his strength of his good schoolwork, he was given scholarship to the government college in Kumbakonam, which he entered in 1904. However, the following year, his scholarship was not renewed because Ramanujan devoted more and more of his time to mathematics and neglected his other school subjects. Without money, he was soon in difficulties, and without telling his parents, he ran away to the town of Visakhapatnam, about 650 kilometers north of Madras. He continued his mathematical work, however, and his time. This time he worked on hypergeometric series and investigated relations between integrals and series. He was to discover later that he had been studying elliptic functions. In 1906, Ramanujan went to Madras where he entered Pachayappa's college. His aim was to pass the first arts examination, which would allow him to be admitted to the University of Madras. He attended lectures at Pachappaya's college but became ill after 3 months' study. He took the first art examination after having left the course. He passed in mathematics but failed all his other subjects and therefore he failed the examination. This meant that he could not enter the University of Madras. In the following year, he worked on mathematics, developing his own idea without any help and without any real idea of the current research topics other than that provided by Carr's book. Continuing his mathematical work with Ramanujan, studied continued fractions and divergence series in 1908. At this stage, he became seriously ill again and underwent an operation in April 1909, after which he took him some considerable time to recover. He married on 14th July 1909. When his mother arranged him to marry a 10 years old girl, S. Janaki Amal, Ramanujan did not live with his wife, however, until she was 12 years old. Ramanujan continued to develop his mathematical ideas and began to pose problems and solve problems in the Journal of Indian Mathematical Society. He developed relations between elliptic modular equations in 1910 after publication of a brilliant research paper on Bernoulli numbers in 1911. In the Journal of the Indian Mathematical Society, he gained recognition for his work despite his lack of university education. He was becoming well known in the Madras area as a mathematical genius. In 1911, Ramanujan approached the founder of the Indian Mathematical Society for advice on a job. After this, he was appointed to his first job, a temporary post in the Accountant General's office in Madras. It was then suggested that he approached Ramachandra Rao, who was a collector at Nelluru. Ramachandra Rao was a founder member of the Indian Mathematical Society who had helped start the mathematics library. He writes, Ramachandra Rao told him to return to Madras and he tried unsuccessfully to arrange a scholarship for Ramanujan. In 1912, Ramanujan applied for the post of clerk in the account section of Madras Port Trust. In the letter of appointment, he wrote, I have passed the matriculation examination and studied up to the first arts but was prevented from pursuing my studies further owing to several untoward circumstances. I have, however, been devoting all my time to mathematics and developing this subject. Despite the fact he had no university education, Ramanujan was clearly well known to the university mathematicians in Madras for with his letter of application. Ramanujan included a reference from E.W. Middlemast, who was the professor of mathematics at the Trinity College in Madras. Middlemast, a graduate of St. John's College, Cambridge, wrote, I can strongly recommend the applicant. He is a young man of quite exceptional capacity in mathematics and especially in work relating to numbers. He has a natural aptitude for computation and is very quick at figure work. On the strength of the recommendation, Ramanujan was appointed to the post of clerk and began his duties on 1st March 1912. Ramanujan was quite lucky to have a number of people working around him with a training in mathematics. In fact, the chief accountant of Madras Port Trust, S.N. Iyer, was trained as a mathematician and published a paper on the distribution of primes in 1913 on Ramanujan's work. The professor of civil engineering at Madras Engineering College, CLT Griffith, was also interested in Ramanujan's abilities and having been educated at University College London knew the professor of mathematics there, namely MJM Hill. He wrote to Hill on 12th November 1912, sending some Ramanujan's work and a copy of his 1911 paper on Bernoulli numbers. Hill replied in a fairly encouraging way but showed that he had failed to understand Ramanujan's result on divergent series. The recommendation to Ramanujan that he read Bernoulli theory of infinite series did not please Ramanujan much. Ramanujan wrote to E.W. Hobson and H.F. Baker trying to interest them in his results, but neither replied. In January 1913, Ramanujan wrote to G.H. Hardy, having seen a copy of his 1910 book, Orders of Infinity. In Ramanujan's letter to Hardy, he introduced himself and his work. Hardy, together with Littlewood, studied the long list of unproved theorems which Ramanujan enclosed with this letter. On 8th February, he replied to Ramanujan the letter of beginning. Ramanujan delighted with Hardy's reply, and when he wrote against, he said, I have found a friend in you who views my labors sympathetically. I am already half starving man. To preserve my brains, I want food, and this is my first consideration. Any sympathetic letter from you will be helpful to me here to get a scholarship either from University of from the government. Indeed, the University of Madras did give Ramanujan scholarship in May 1913 for 2 years, and in 1914, Hardy brought Ramanujan to Trinity College, Cambridge. To begin an extraordinary collaboration, setting this up was not an easy matter. Ramanujan was an orthodox Brahmin and so was a strict vegetarian. His religion should have prevented him from traveling, but this difficulty was overcome partly by the work of E.H. Novelli, who was a colleague of Hardy's at Trinity College and who met with Ramanujan while lecturing in India. Ramanujan sailed from India on 17th March 1914. It was come as except for 3 days on which Ramanujan was sick. He arrived in London on 14th April 1914 and was met by Neville. After 4 days in London, they went to Cambridge and Ramanujan spent a couple of weeks Neville's home before moving into rooms in Trinity College on 30th of April. Right from the beginning, however, he had problems with his diet. The outbreak of World War One made obtaining special items of food harder, and it was not long before Ramanujan had health problems. Right from start, Ramanujan's collaboration with Hardy led to import results. Hardy was, however, unsure how to approach the problems of Ramanujan's lack of formal education. The war soon took Littlewood away on the war duty, but Hardy remained in Cambridge to work with Ramanujan. Even in the first winter in England, Ramanujan was ill and he wrote in March 1915 that he had been ill due to winter weather and had not been able to publish anything for 5 months. What he did publish was the work he did in England, the decision having been made that the result he had obtained while in India, many of which he had communicated to Hardy in this letter, would not be published until the war had ended. On 16th March 1916, Ramanujan graduated from Cambridge with a Bachelor of Arts by Research. The degree was called PhD from 1920. He had been allowed to enroll in June 1914 despite not having proper qualification. Ramanujan's dissertation was on highly composite numbers, and Ramanujan fell seriously ill in 1917. And his doctors feared that he would die. He did improve a little by September, but spent most of his time in various nursing homes. In February 1918, Hardy wrote, on 18th February 1918, Ramanujan was elected a fellow of the Cambridge Philosophical Society, and then 3 days later, the greatest honor that he would receive, his name appeared on the list for election as a Fellow of the Royal Society of London. He had been proposed by an impressive list of mathematicians, namely Hardy, McMahon, Grace, Lanmore, Bromwich, Hobson, Becker, Littlewood, Nicholson, Young, Wettercake, Force, and Whitehead. His election as a few of the Royal Society, he confirmed on 2nd May 1918. Then on 10th October 1918, he was elected a Fellow of Trinity College, Cambridge. The fellowship to run for 6 years. The honors which were bestowed on Ramanujan seemed to help his health improve a little, and he renewed his efforts at producing mathematics by the end of November 1918. Raman's health and greatly improved. Hardy wrote a letter. Ramanujan said to India on 27th. Ramanujan sailed to India on 27th February 1919, arriving on 13th March. However, his health was very poor, and despite medical treatment, he died there the following year. The letters Ramanujan wrote to Hardy in 1930 had contained many fascinating results. Ramanujan worked out of the Riemann series, the elliptical integrals, hypergeometric series, functional equations of zeta function. On the other hand, he had only a vague idea of what constitutes a mathematical proof despite many brilliant results. Some of his theorems on prime numbers were completely wrong. Ramanujan independently discovered results of Gauss commerce and other hypergeometric series. Ramanujan's own work on partial sums and products of hypergeometric series have led to major development in the topic. Perhaps his most famous work was on the number Pfn of partitions of an integer into summands. McMahon had produced tables of value of P of n for small numbers, and Ramanujan used this numerical data to conjugate some remarkable properties, some of which he proved using elliptic functions. Other were only proved after Ramanujan's death. So in England, Ramanujan made further advances, especially in partition of numbers. His papers were published in English and European journals. Ramanujan left behind 3 notebooks, a sieve of pages, also called the Last Notebooks, containing many unpublished results that mathematicians continued to verify long after his death. So this is the Indian stamp Ramanujan on stamp of India in the year 2011. And this is a stamp, the 2012 Indian stamp dedicated to the National Mathematics Day and featuring Ramanujan. Posthumous recognition it is. So, we are celebrating National Mathematics Day. That is, India celebrates 22nd December every year as National Mathematics Day to honor the birthday of the great mathematician Srinivas Ramanujan. The world will always be grateful to him for his contributions in mathematics. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please share this video to all who require it. Thanks for watching. Jai Hind, Jai Jagannath.